When Mattel bought the Tokyo Mato cars back in 2023, everyone was excited. This could be a chance to re-release some of the older tunes that are sought after back in the day. Or maybe do more Tokyo Mato cars? Because there was a lot more that was not done from that short that could have been released. But unfortunately, while 2023 was a good year for that line, getting all these cool variants of Kabuto, Flames here, and Dragon Lightning McQueen, yeah, after 2023, it was very obvious that they did not care about the line at all. They only did like a couple. They did Komodo in 2024, and then for this year they did Cho and Kayandi. We were supposed to get Bye Bye Call, but yeah, she unfortunately fell by the wayside and never saw the light of day. So I'm hoping for 2026, they either get rid of this top line entirely if they're not going to do anything new, or do something new, please, or give us some exciting re-releases. That's what I really would hope for this line, but I don't have really that much of high faith right now. But we're not going to be focusing on that. We're going to be focusing on this awesome 2-pack featuring Kabuto with Flames and Dragon Lightning McQueen. I recently picked this up at Target the other day. I've been willing it since it got revealed in the 2025 poster, especially for Dragon McQueen, since he was one of the main McQueens I was missing, and it's actually one of my favorite paint jobs from the Chorus Toons. So, yeah, Loki, this is such a good fight. I'm really glad I got it before it went off, because believe it or not, this is one of the rarest 2-packs of this deal, believe it or not. You think something like the movie prop 2-pack or Karen Jinoki and Justin Rollander, or whatever his name is, Road Ritter here, Justin Road Ritter 2-pack, you think that'd be more popular? But no, this 2-pack, it was always the first one that was gone, and all the Road 2-packs were just left behind, which really speaks to how much On the Road is loved by fans and kids alike. But anyways, so, and I couldn't even find this 2-pack for a while, until like a couple months ago. In Houston, I actually saw a bunch of these, and then prior to that, I actually saw this 2-pack case, I think it was KC at HEB, so yeah, that was a 2-pack with Rally Race McQueen and Chicks, and the Race and Rescue version of Sarge and Adam Rodriguez, so yeah, so happy I finally have this pack. And now, let's get on to the packaging. So as you can see, we have the nice artwork. I really love Kabuto's in particular, how you kind of looking off to the side, look at all like super angry. But Dragon McQueen, we have seen his artwork before on some promotional material, but it's the first time it's been shown on a diecast packaging. You have the Cars logo, and they have seen his Tokyo Mato banner, which is pretty nice. They don't specify this is Kabuto with flames, but we can clearly see that it is. And this guy has some lore to him, which we'll review in a bit, actually. And in this video, I'm just going to be taking a look at Kabuto with flames. Dragon McQueen will get his own video, though. It's just because I want to space out the reviews. I just want to give each card the time to shine in their own separate individual videos. Pretty cool. And on the back, we just have these two guys on a kind of like Cars 2 Tokyo background, but I mean obviously labeled as Cars 2. So, oh, sorry guys, it's much of a zoom out here. But yeah, that will does it for the packaging. I'll be right back with this 2-pack all opened up. Alright, so here are these two out of the package, and I gotta say, they look great from Thailand. Especially just Dragon McQueen here. He just looks so cool, but I'll save my thoughts on him with his own individual reviews, so get out of here, McQueen. This is Kabuto's time to shine. I'm already loving that expression, you have no idea, but anyways, yeah, I'll just show a quick picture of where Kabuto appeared in the short. Here's pretty much Mato's enemy without Mato even knowing what he did initially at the beginning, because the whole confrontation started because Mato backed into Kabuto a little too much, and he kind of saw Mato as this like rusty old idiot who knew nothing about the culture. I mean, I don't know. That's what he gives off, honestly. That's what he gives off. Like, he just looks down upon those who aren't as lucky or modified as him. And actually, fun thing about Kabuto is that he did appear in Chorus 2 on top of the bridge during the speech that Miles Axel was giving in the Tokyo party. So, we could say Tokyo Mato happened. But, I mean, I don't know. It's up in the air still. I mean, I don't know if I would consider Kabuto's appearance in Chorus 2, meaning that Tokyo Mato was canon. I don't know. I don't know how that would work. But, yeah, so there's a lot of lore behind this guy. So, Well, regular Kabuto got released in 2010 under the Toons line, then was reissued for the Cause 2 line, and then anytime there's a Tuner series, whether that be in 2013, 2014, 2015, I think, yeah, he got released under those series. So cool, right? Well, 2010 they were going to do Kabuto with flames with this expression. It was actually shown in the collective guide, the 2010 collective guide that came with Metallic Dragon Queen of Oil Stains. Kind of a weird release, but anyways, that got canceled along with a bunch of other 2010 releases. Then he was uncancelled in 2013 and put in a 3-pack, but he had the normal basic Kabuto expression, like it's straight on. So I mean, you could even tell this was a new variant of Komodo because of that expression. So that was a bit of a letdown. But when Thailand released this guy in 2023 in that 2-pack with Kabuto Ninja and as a single, they gave him the expression looking off to the side, just as how he would have had it in 2010. So that's basically the history. And I'm so glad that they finally did that. They gave what the fans wanted. So really happy that he came back for 2025. Because yeah, like I mentioned, this is not his first time being released from Thailand. He was in a single and in a 2-pack with Komodo Ninja in 2023, which I did find actually, but I was not able to pick it up. But now that he has come out with Dragon McQueen, I now have him in the collection, which is pretty cool. Okay, so take a look at the diecast. We can see that expression looks really fierce. Like he's looking to not take any crap from anybody with that expression. Like, who you dare stand before me, new mortal? Like that's what it gives off. It's very cool. You can see that he does have some red outlines and black coverings going across the front here, which is really cool. Actually looks really sick. The headlights are black with the red trim, and he does have a little bit of carbon fiber, kind of like Boost does. So here's Boost. Obviously his carbon fiber was a lot more prominent, especially on the hood, but he does retain that element that Boost had, which is pretty darn cool. Pretty cool. Now the wheels are okay. They are gray with the red trim, but actually I believe in the short this whole wheel was red, and I can prove it to you through the card art. So yeah, you see here, so just turning inside, the entire wheel is supposed to be red. Yeah, well, at least the inside of the wheel, and for some reason they didn't give him that, even though the digital has done it, and they done it really well. So I don't know why Mattel couldn't give him his wheels. Maybe they thought it looked a little too gimmicky, but I mean, a lot of the Tokyo Made cars look gimmicky, so they could have done it, but oh well, not a big deal. I do like how this white stripe on the front continues on the sides. This kind of looks like a sword almost, which is such a cool detail. Like, you see like the patterns on the hilt of the sword, which I love that. That looks really cool. More that carbon fiber element we saw on the front splitter is on the sides here. And he does have the triple stack spoiler, not unlike Boost, who he's loosely based off Boost if you couldn't tell already. Because I think they're kind of similar models, especially in the back here. You can see this almost looks like a telephone, old telephone. But I mean, I don't think that's the intent they were going for. Yeah, very similar models, and they even have like the same, kind of the same mount. But I mean, obviously modified, as they would say in the short. Yeah, but this spoiler is a little loose, which is a little concerning. But I mean, I don't think it matters too much. As long as you don't fiddle with it, I'm sure it will come off. And speaking of the spoiler, it does have the carbon fiber detailing, where if you run your finger across the spoiler and on the front splitter, you can feel the texture of the carbon fiber, which I think looks really nice. I think that is really cool. Yeah, I don't like how loose that spoiler is though. On the back, you can see his tail lights here. No license plate. He does not need it for this race. He's so cool that he doesn't even need a license plate. And the flame, which looks nice. It certainly is a flame. I mean, there's not much to say. I mean, this kind of does look like one of those like an ice shard in a way, but I mean, I don't think that was the intention. And yeah, the holder is like this grayish color. Yeah, I'm not a fan of that. I wish they would have kept it in silver like the original version did, but whatever. Yeah, I think the side is exactly the same. And the side is the same. The black trim across the windows, pretty nice. They don't paint the side mirrors, so yeah, don't expect that. But they are here, and this little top part here, it's pretty cool. I don't know what this is called, because I know a couple Lego figures I have this kind of held to represent like an Andre. I think I don't really know. I need to look that up. But that is, it's kind of like a spoiler on top of his roof, which is really funny. Yeah, the flame I mentioned, and inside just so you can cover all my bases. And here is the base. U28 is the 20th week of 2025 at the A factory. I think that's how it would be read. And so yeah, that about does it. I almost said boost. That does it for Kabuto with flames. A pretty cool version of Kabuto. I'm really happy that I finally have this character in my collection, because he's one of the prominent characters in the Toons that spoke, and I just want to compare him to Boost, who he's loosely based off. Well, he's pretty much the most similar model to Boost. Obviously modified. Boost does not have this spoiler on top of his roof. Real design is kind of similar. They both have the carbon fiber on the sides. That nice detailing. Though I think Boost is way cooler because it actually goes across his entire side, whereas Kabuto's like starts here, kind of stops, and then kind of starts back up again. So it's pretty cool. And I really like how Boost has the N2O color cans. They pretty much wipe those off of Kabuto. He does not need any of that. Wouldn't be cool if he maybe had like an RPM or violin can, because we did see some corresponding sponsors on some of the Tokyo billboards, so that would have been cool to have seen. Of course, Boost has 2 flames and has a license plate, which is Boost. Whereas Kabuto only has 1 and no license plate. Now I will say, Kabuto's headlights detailing is tail light detailing is a lot more realistic. With like the little lights, just Boost is here they're just like red dots. Red marks, and they just call that a day. Yeah, they're very similar models, but obviously modified. And I'm glad they changed it up a little bit. You know, now I have the tune counterpart for all 3 of the main tuners that appear in Tokyo Mato. For Wingo, it was Yakuza, who I have reviewed, by the way, so link will be in the description below if you want to check his review out. And Yakuza, who is DJ's Tokyo Mato counterpart. I think there was actually a bunch of DJ clones in Tokyo Mato, but Ikosa is the most prominent one, and Yojimbo, who's basically DJ but without all of his cool modifications. Pretty cool. Pretty darn cool. Yeah, that about does it for the comparisons. I don't have Tokyo Mato, unfortunately, so I can't really do a cool photo shoot, but I mean, nah, it doesn't really fit. But yeah, that about does it for the review and comparisons. Thank you all so much for watching. Remember to leave a like, comment, and subscribe for more upcoming content. See you all next time. Until then, this is Joe QuickTire signing out.